Hello everybody, ZakRC here, welcome to the stream, and welcome to episode number 2 of our F1 23 Immersive Driver Career, streamed live on the ZakRC channel. Hopefully everyone is doing alright today, back again with you guys, and looking forward to what should be a very entertaining 2 races coming your way this afternoon. We're going slightly early as opposed to last Friday, so we did it in the evening, but now going afternoon time. Got a bit more time this week, so we're going to go for some sort of mid-afternoon, evening sort of streams over the course of the week. But yeah, it should be fun, and a number of those coming your way over the rest of the next few days. And yeah, of course, the last episode back on Friday was very entertaining. I thoroughly enjoyed doing it, so I'm definitely going to keep on carrying on with these lives. But before we jump into the races today, I'll give you guys a quick rundown of just what went down in the last episode. So, of course, the big news coming from this one was the opening 2 rounds. Leclerc and Verstappen winning in Bahrain and Australia, respectively. Piastri, Logan Sargent, and of course our driver Miles Jensen making their debuts. Piastri scoring twice, both Sargent and Jensen failing to score. And after Australia, Leclerc leads the Drivers' World Championship. We'll have a look at the standings in a moment. The Emilia-Romagna and Spanish Grand Prix come today. Miles looking to recover from Australia after that retirement and score some points. And AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo and Haas, all the teams who yet to score points, fighting in that deadlock in 8th place. Have a look at your Drivers' Championship and your Constructors' Championship. Leclerc shows the way on 40 points. Verstappen just 3 back on 37. Perez 10 back from the lead on 30. Sainz in 4th on 29. And Hamilton 5th on 25. See the rest of the top 10 there. Alexander Albon sneaking into the top 10, 3 points to his name. Ferrari lead the Constructors by 2 points to Red Bull. Mercedes quite way back on 35. McLaren on 18. Aston Martin on 11. Williams on 3. Alpine on 1. And AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo and Haas all failing to score from the opening 2 rounds. But hopefully that could change today. So it should be a very entertaining stream here as we look to try and get Miles and Alfa Romeo some points on the board. Of course, we showed progress was definitely there from the last races. In terms of performance, we're up there. We managed to make Q2 in the first race in Bahrain. Got knocked down Q1 in Australia though. So qualifying still a bit of a hit and miss there. Just sort of depend on circuit. But we'll jump in and get things going here. Now, of course, when we left off, the last thing we did was we had the resource points ready for upgrades in terms of where we're going to go in which department. Of course, we have aero and durability upgrades on the way. So we'll look into the chassis and powertrain department here if we can get something going there. We've got a few discounts to use here. I'll go for this sort of cheap one here. And you know, let's rush this upgrade. See if we can get it closer to the. In fairness, we don't need to rush it because we've got quite a while to the next Grand Prix on the 19th of May. So we'll go standard on this next powertrain upgrade if we can. So we'll do that just to make sure that that gets through okay. We're a bit closer to race time, but now we've got upgrades to all 4 departments. You see, that should close us up to Williams and Alpine quite nicely. Of course, still a bit of a gap to the top 5 to bridge there, but we're in front of Haas and AlphaTauri. That's the big thing. So let's accelerate time here and see. We obviously get some more resource points. Oh, and this will be a big one. Our rivalry. So of course we need to decide our first rival in this series. So 3 options: Magnussen, Nico Hülkenberg, and Logan Sargent. Now I think it's going to be between these 2 Haas drivers. If I'm honest, I'm thinking Magnussen. Of course, we've raced him a fair few times, both in Bahrain and in Australia. So I think we'll go. It's up to you guys. If you guys think we'll do something else, then I have nothing wrong with that. We can go with any one of those 3. If I'm completely honest, yeah, it's up to you guys. So yeah, I'll see what you guys think. Make your opinion down in the chat below, and we'll see just what to go for. I mean, personally, I'm thinking Magnussen. I don't know about you guys, but K-Mag seems like the wise choice. We'll go with K-Mag. I think he's going to be our closest competitor in these next few races. So now, so we'll jump forward now. We should get some more resource points going on these upgrades in just a moment. And we'll get that first. Okay, so the chassis upgrade failed, unfortunately. But the aero one went through nicely. Okay. So let's go and sort the failed upgrade then. Make sure that's all going okay. So yeah, so we'll keep it standard this time. It'll come just after the Grand Prix. So it's the risk we took. It didn't quite pay off, which is unfortunate, but we move. Okay, we'll get this quick season break over with. And then we'll just continue on from there. Of course, the main end today is just to try and score some more points, get us higher up the order, and to help us break that deadlock with AlphaTauri and Haas. Powertrain event here. A charity has asked if you'd be happy to patronise their cause by coming to face their latest campaign. Unfortunately, this would mean you missing Powertrain Department's team building event we have planned. Okay, this is a tough one. I think, honestly, given that we're pushing upgrades, I may have to decline this time. Perhaps in future we'll go for one of these charity events, but not today, I'd think, unfortunately. So apologies to the charity, but we have to move. And our powertrain upgrade has failed, so clearly that did a world of good. So let's go and sort that before we go into the Grand Prix. Just make sure it all goes through okay. It's a major upgrade, so we should see a bit more progress coming our way. And we'll have a look here. Let's have a quick check. So we've got 2 chassis. Our chassis upgrade failed, so we'll get back on that. That's sorted, and we'll go for another aero and durability upgrade if we can. Have we got enough points for another durability upgrade? We might do. No, we do not, unfortunately. So that'll be our main target here in this next session. Okay, so let's jump into the race weekend then, baby. I'm just gonna get the chat up on my screen here. Just gonna pop it out. There we go. So it'll take a bit of time to adjust all this. Okay, there we go. That'll do us nicely. But yeah, let me know how we're doing, how you guys are doing down in the chat below, and let me know what you think happens in this race, because this should be very entertaining indeed. We should be in for a very good time. Imola, not fantastic Imola, but I'm not terrible either. It could go either way. One thing I have done between now and the last episode is I've changed the corner cutting stringency from strict to regular. I've decided I'm not going to push myself, at least to start with, because I mean, the 12 seconds we've got in Australia, I think, speak for themselves. And I think we won't get much racing done if that keeps on happening. So obviously I'll obviously stay within the limits as best I can, but at the same time I also actually want to get through races without taking a large number of time penalties. So obviously if we take them, then we'll if we get them, then we'll take them standing up, and we'll just try and manage them as best we can. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's looking like a bit of weather is on the way for this race. Can't actually see the weather yet, which is quite annoying. We can't see whereabouts in the race it will come. So there's our upgrades, and thanks to the R&D, we have now fallen back down to the bottom of the pile. Haas and AlphaTauri overtaking us in terms of development. So, but once those upgrades come through, and we should be all right. And of course, there is our rivalry. Miles Jensen's first rival is Kevin Magnussen. So we'll see how those guys get on against each other. Let's jump into quick practice here and just get things going. Of course, we like to try and get through these as quick as we can to save more time for qualifying and then for the racing. Okay, and let's see, we'll do one on each to start things off, nice and simple. And then we'll sort of cycle through them just to make sure we get 5 on all of them. That's the main thing. Might have time for one more if we're lucky, but whether we're actually succeeding, I'm not too sure. Actually, no, we've got time for a 70% one though. Let's go for it. And it didn't work. Right, honestly, that's still a solid start. I'm not too displeased with that. So, not bad. Of course, the main focus today is on scoring points. That's the primary target over the course of this weekend. And of course, on this stream, because we'll have Spain coming up just after this race as well. So that should be entertaining in itself. Spain, obviously, at least on this new game, quite an interesting track in terms of obviously additions have been made in recent years. The changes, obviously the removal of the chicane was a big one. I definitely enjoyed Barcelona a lot more since that got changed. Okay, so we'll continue cycling through here. Okay, failure there. So we'll go ahead of that. Just trying to avoid the failures is the main thing. If we can go without them, then obviously that's a lot more helpful to us. That's how we get it. I'll go one more here. Just cap things off. That's a success. And no more time. Okay, right. So that'll do us for the second practice session. I'm hoping everything will be okay, in particular with the face scan today. Those of you who are here for the Creator Series race will know that, especially during the feature race, my camera was lagging quite a bit. I think at some point I transitioned between scenes a bit too early, so that may have been what caused it. I'm not overly sure, but I'll get a better face cam in for you guys. But no, I think aside from that, we ran okay the first 2 streams I did on Friday and Saturday, so hopefully it'll be more of the same today. Of course, once we get into qualifying, that'll be the main thing. That'll be when the excitement, the fun begins. Okay, last practice session, then we'll sort these out and then get going for qualifying. Of course, the aim is to make it out of Q1 at the minimum. If we get, and then regardless of where I'm in Q2, then we'll be happy. Just gotta get miles up the order, sort of as best we can. Failure there, that won't help our case. Another one won't help either. Nope, we got that one this time. And then last one, just to finish this off. Maximum resource points incoming. There we go. Perfect. That is practice complete. And that's essentially our free resource points, if I'm honest. So obviously not fantastic. The game is easy enough to let you get away with that. if you play your cards right in quick practice, you sort of just skip through more. Most times you get 5 out of 5 in all of them. Sometimes you may get 4 on one of them if there's too many failures. But we'll see, because it's combined with how many resource points Valtteri gets as well. So that's a good 1,200 for us. 1,275, which brings our total back up to 2,000. And our driver acclaim now hits level 4 for Miles, so he's making his way in the world already. 2 relatively successful races. Of course, the first race came 13th, but it went down to, I think it was 18th after the time penalty was applied. And we retired from the race in Australia. Things didn't go too well for us there. Yeah, hopefully this will be the one day we could perhaps get some points to the board during this stream. That'll be obviously I keep saying that's the target, and qualifying will bring us into that. So let's have a look at the weather here. No sign of the weather just yet. We can't actually see it, which is quite annoying. We've been given the same preview twice. That's not very helpful. Okay, so I guess we'll find out in qualifying as to what the rain's going to be like. I'm thinking basically it's going to be raining first and then sunny, given the sun was behind the clouds there, but I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. Okay, no, it's sunny to start qualifying, so I'm hoping it'll get wet later on in the session. Hopefully by that point we'll be out and we'll have to deal with it. But I think we'll have to deal with it during the race. Let's have a look here. Right, so it looks like it's going to be sunny all the way out. Yeah, I'll have to check here to see if I've got the weather thing. I've got the weather thing on. Yeah, it's on perfect. So it looks like we're actually seeing it doing any rain at all, which is a huge positive, I think. Okay, let's go out on the racetrack. One of the Alpines making their way out. Wheel hopefully will not jerk off to the left or right. Here we go. Still sticking with this camera angle. I used it during the Creator Series and Saturday. Actually really enjoyed using it, if I'm honest. So hopefully there'll be more of the same today. We found a nice clean patch of racetrack to go out on. Here we go. Now I haven't driven Imola in quite a while. I think the last time I probably did was when I recorded the episode of Driver Career where we crashed out. So that's my only experience with Imola on this game in terms of a race situation. So hopefully things will be right there. I've done time trial for it a little bit because we had the RDL race there last night where I was commentating that, not actually racing. But still, that was quite interesting. I recommend checking that stream out if you haven't already. That was not fantastic. They see we've got one a bit more there. All by ourselves on the track. I mean, it looks like we're really getting close on the ICE already, so I have to watch out for that over the course of the stream in general, because that could come up massively through the race. So there's a potential concern there. So take the track nice and easy. Alfa Romeo there I'm particularly concerned for. We'll make sure the tyres are all warmed up for us. Okay, here we go. Tyres are 86 on the front, 88 on the rears, not bad. We'll probably improve on that though. Here we go. First qualifying lap here at Imola. And I'm not expecting this to look too fantastic. Just have to gun it and see where we end up. Here we go. So it's a very long main straight to kick things off. Down towards the Tamperella's chain for turn 1. Sort of relearn my braking points here. Down towards Villeneuve. It's 25.4 the first sector to go into the left-hander at Tosa now. Careful not to get 2 on the curve. It's similar to Hungary in that respect. The curve over at turn 5. I think the curve there is slightly more violent on cars that go over it too much. I'm hoping that the corner cutting down to regular won't let us get away with too much. McLaren behind us is really close again. I'm hoping that they shouldn't catch us by the time we actually reach the end of our lap. 52.2 there, second sector, not bad. Ocon minute 18 something on that, and that's an Alpine. Albon minute 17. That Williams is quick, I'll say that. It's been quick these first 2 rounds. Albon is definitely doing the right stuff with it. That lap probably should have been validated, but we can get away with it. 1 minute 19.4, not fantastic. Piastri, 1:16. Okay, right, so we are Well, okay. Oh, that explains it. I'm an idiot. I left the DRS, the hot lap mode off. Okay, here we go. We should improve a lot more now. This is a rarity. No wonder it's closing in so much. Okay, that's just me being an idiot. Here we go. See, we're improving a lot more now. No wonder we were 3 seconds out. I didn't think that was just natural pace. I thought it had to be something. Okay, so hopefully this lap will be valid. Here we go. Should improve by like a second or so here, I think. Oh, that was not a fantastic run. It's working though. We're gaining tenths, and Piastri is falling away. I think he's probably on his inlet now. That chicane always gets me. I'm not a massive fan of it, if I'm honest. ZakRC, mate, I'll see you there in the chat. How you doing? Good to see you around. Yeah, I've been live for about 15-20 minutes by now. And Nicholas, yeah, I see you there as well. My first life I know probably was invalid and we didn't go with it. But I'll turn the corner cut stringency down from the last episode. Just to be a bit more lenient with myself. Over the line. That improves, that beats Ocon's initial time. Okay. I could go for another one, to be honest. We'll see if we can keep it up. Then yeah, I see no reason why I can't go for another one. And then we can go for one full run on soft tyres at the very end. So that'll be fresh softs. So look at that, we're improving by like 7 tenths already here. So all is not lost. I did honestly think we were going to be in the bin after the first lap. Still up there. If it starts going down when we reach the last corners, then I'll probably bring it into pits. But no, we are improving. Oh, and we're out of fuel. That explains it. Okay, right. So no wonder I didn't go for another lap. Okay. Okay, right. We'll bring it into the garage then. But still, look, that's potential. I'm excited now for the rest of this qualifying session because we have a chance of making it out of Q1. Let's change the tyres before I forget. Okay, Leclerc best right now. Of course, he's leading the championship standings. Verstappen there, 1 minute 17. We're faster than Verstappen. Me, no doubt. Well, no, sorry, no, that's Bottas. Here we go. We're down here in P15. I forgot where we were for a second. I thought, why do I think that was Bottas? Okay, right. Okay, we're down in P18 now. P19. Okay, everyone's set times, so we'll go for one last run in just a moment. Soft tyres are on. Okay, here we go. Let's go back out there. And this time we'll make sure to have the hot lap mode on before we forget. I'm gonna have it on all the way around because on the second lap, which was a good lap, we had it. I didn't realise until about Tamburello. So there's a lot of times we get on that front straight. It's only Austin Bottas on the racetrack. Okay, we'll turn on to number. This time I must remind myself. Remember to I'll probably bring the fuel down to lean as well while I'm at it, just in case we need that extra fuel for another run. No wonder we were so slow on that. I'm still kicking myself. I didn't actually realise that run through the grass when it matters. Yeah, of course, that's it. Bring up the temperature a little bit here. Of course, I think back to Bahrain, we had quite a good lap on our second run to get us into. That's what got us into Q2. The better qualifying performance so far, given the mistakes we made in Australia. We invalidated on 2 separate occasions, and that was before the race had started. Bit deep there. As long as things stay as we are now, and no one comes out the pit lane now, then we're fine. I have no clue what happened there. Clearly, I missed my braking point. Okay, right. Fuel me back into standard. Hot lap mode goes on. Here we go. Full blast on the exit. This is that gets into Q2 now. Here we go. Look at that. 10.5, almost a 2 tenths gain on the main straight. That's how crucial that ERS is going towards turn 1, but the braking zone a lot tighter there. What a start! Look at that! We are 8 tenths up, or almost 8 tenths up. Let's just try not to make any mistakes that will jeopardise the lap. 1 second clear out of the first sector. I see it there. Verstappen, P16. This is season 1, no less. I imagine he'll jump up the order quite quickly. His first sector, the second sector was 51.6. I think ours, the first time was a 52 something. So we could be on course to beat his second sector maybe. Although I have no doubt that he'll improve it and get himself up the order. Be red. Okay, we made a big mistake there. That's cost a large amount of time. 51.1, that's faster than Verstappen's second. Good mistake there. Only give about half second here. It might not be enough to sit, or it might be enough to chase into Q2, but we need to get a few places forward because I get the feeling Verstappen will improve. I see no reason why he wouldn't. Okay, 7.5 tenths up. 3/4 of a second improvement. That puts us into P16. Okay, right, we could be in trouble here. This could be a Q1 elimination, and we are now coming across traffic. Okay, right, yeah. I think we may have just lost it here, boys. Okay, we're right back in the garage. I think we may have blown qualifying. That first run was the killer, I think, and that mistake we made in tackling Minerali is definitely also played a part. At least I hope we're not starting last though. That's the key thing. If we don't start last, then I'll be satisfied. Let's have a look here, see where we do qualify. So we're out, unfortunately. So Verstappen did improve their P5 in the end. We start in P19. Well, that's P18, so we're still close to our teammate. So hopefully we can still make up places, but not a fantastic start to the session the day there. Hopefully we'll improve things. Zach, I do see your crew mode, mate. Yeah, I mean, I'll say to you, you made a lot of progress with it. I'll give you that. You've got a lot further than I have so far in this game, so I'm hoping this will be the one that gets me a little bit further. Magnussen gets the jump on the rivalry. The two Great Danes going out at the back of the field. Of course, he'll be our man to beat in the race. I am thinking, you guys. I have the hat here, but this is the Toro Rosso hat. I'm thinking maybe I should look online and try and find like an old Alfa Romeo hat potentially, just to sort of go with these streams. But obviously, I don't know if we'll be at Alfa Romeo or how long we'll be there for. Because if we're only there for the first season, then it may be worth getting a different one. Then if we're there for season 2, maybe if I get to season 2, then it could be worth getting an Alfa Romeo hat. But let me know your thoughts. If you think it just look cool on stream, then yeah, I see no reason why I couldn't. Okay, let's have a look at the weather before we go into the race. Well, give me the weather. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay, this could be interesting. We're having rain in mid-race, and then it dries up towards the end. We could be in for a very, very insane Grand Prix here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump into the race. I'm quite excited. I'm not fantastic in the wet, but it'll make for some entertainment as we look to navigate miles around a soddy Imola circuit. Sodden, no, not soddy. I don't know where I got soddy from. But yeah, round 3. Of course, good championship fight to keep an eye out for as well. Leclerc leads by only a few points over Verstappen. We'll get to see the full qualifying order here in just a moment. Here we go. That third round about to get underway. So it's a sunny day here at Imola, but we know that could change later on. Welcome to the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, the third round of the F1 2023 season. Of course, the race that was taken off the calendar due to the flooding in the area the week of the race. But in this universe, we're here and we're ready to rumble here on this very historic venue. Of course, the track that was unfortunately claimed alive of Ayrton Senna 30 years ago this year. And I'm hoping that we won't see any harm come to our drivers today, particularly Miles, as he looks to navigate him around the circuit, which we could see rain out later. This could be a very different looking Imola at the end of the Grand Prix. I have to wait and see. But let's have a look at your starting grid then for this third round of the championship. So starting on pole position is Charles Leclerc. It's Max Verstappen alongside him in P2. The two title rivals will go wheel to wheel on the run towards Tamarello. Looking at the rest of the grid today, looking towards the second row of the grid, we have Hamilton and Sainz together on row 2. Russell and Norris together on row 3. Russell's best qualifying so far. Perez and Alonso on row 4. Rounding out your top 10, it's Piastri and Gasly. Piastri been the standout rookie so far. Albon and Ocon on row 6. The two AlphaTauris together on row 7. Hulkenberg and Magnussen, our rivals, together on row 8. Row 9, Stroll and our teammate Valtteri Bottas. And Miles Jensen and Logan Sargent take the back 2 places on the grid. But of course, we'll try and move up from there as the session goes on. So we are then on the starting grid, waiting to get underway for this Grand Prix. There's the Aston Martin safety car, looking fabulous as always. There's our rival Magnussen, P16. You see us just to the right there with Miles' car, a row or 2 back. So we start from P19 in Australia. That wasn't a good race, but hopefully today we'll have a good run. Jensen, of course, the Danish phenom, starting from P19. Let's have a look at our strategy for this race, because this is where things get interesting. So I think the plan will be here. We want to hold out on the medium tyres until the rain comes, and then we'll potentially switch to intermediates, and then we'll see what the plan is from there. Because it says it'll dry up. Today be a good day for like a safety car or a red flag or something to come into play, so we can get a better chance to evaluate our strategy. So we'll keep it how it is. Lower the fuels we usually do. We're going now formation lap. And I'll try and save some fuel if I can as well. I doubt it helps too much, but it's always worth it. And we are underway. 2 of our main targets are nearby. Bottas there, directly in front of us, P18, and Magnussen there in P16, 2 cars in front. Stroll on the hard tyres there, so do a different change. I assume the Aston Martins will go longer on their first stint until that rain comes, so I imagine there'll be enough rain to require a change. See the bot down there in the chat. For those of you who didn't know, I am now a Sim Racing Centre affiliate. You guys can use my referral link and the discount code, discount RC, all capitals. You get 5% off all your purchases. So that could be setups, could be coaching. That's for F1 23, as well as for the EA Sports WRC game, and the set of course Competizione. So for those of you who play those games, those are open for you. I always try to avoid using setups in career mode though. I'll always use one in creator series, but for career mode I'll keep it the same as what I imagine the AI setup is. I imagine they'll go with the same for one of these presets. Let's have a look at the tyres here, see how they're looking. Okay, let's warm these up a bit more. They could definitely be warmer. Of course, our tyres won't get colder at the when we get up to the grid. I reckon we go aiming towards the right in our pit box to try and beat Bottas off the line. If we can get ourselves right amongst the pack, then that would be fantastic. There we go. Here we go then. Round 3 here at Imola. Potential wet to dry race. The lights are on and they're out and we're on the way. Oh, Bottas got really bogged down there. Good getaway. Bottas falls to the back, accepts right to work here. Takes Stroll on the left-hand side. Going towards turn 1. Have to lift to accommodate Hulkenberg. Stroll in front of us. Going to dive to the inside of the German. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's big damage already. We could be in major trouble. We're running back and Snowder there. Hopefully, we can still try and survive. I think we're okay. We should be careful in that braking. That first corner is definitely a big danger spot. Potentially that could really compromise us in these early parts. Potential strategy change there on offer. You know what? I'm going to try and drive with it and see what happens. I'm sure we can manage it somewhat. We'll run with it this first lap and see just what the idea is. Oh, big mistake there. Hulkenberg's all over us. And things really fell apart for us at the first corner there. Into the chicane. Early damage though could be costly. Right, let's try and ignore it. Let's just try and focus on closing up these cars in front. We lost a lot of ground there on that first lap. I'm going to try and run with it. Bottas, though, really fell back on the start. If those right turns, we're going to struggle with in particular, I think. Hulkenberg is really aggressive here, wanting to make that move to try and get around us. We can't let him though. He's falling away. Okay, if we can somehow ignore those guys behind us, then that'd be good. We're really losing time though, this is not great. On to lap 3. Force Hulkenberg out a bit there. Just sort of sucking at life right now. They're saying fantastic. I may honestly, I may box. Just try and get out of the way. Okay, if we've got another set of mediums we can bolt from, then I'll do that. We have. And we'll just try and close up before the... Then we'll just focus on gaining ground before the rain comes. We're already 5 seconds back from those guys. But I think we can still recover from this. This is not lost. Damn. We were on the limit there. Like we were on 50. Not great at all. But I believe we can serve that when we next come back in. So all is not lost. I forget how early the pit lane entry is there here at Imola. Okay, here we go. Let's try and recover this. Head down now. All we've got to do is just focus and make up the lost time. We are on fresher tyres by a few laps down with everyone else. And now all by ourselves. If we can sort of run qualifying style laps until the rain falls, then that'd be good. Yeah, I sped in the pit lane. Well, it says I sped, but when I saw the number go in, I was the limit's 50 and I was on 50. But yeah, it has to be under 50, I guess, which is frustrating because, at least from where I was sitting, it was right on the mark, so I should have been allowed. But just annoying when you lose like that. But I'm hoping, I'm pretty sure I can serve that the next stop. And there will be another stop in this race. We're gonna have to stop for wet tyres, I imagine. Okay, let's see. Let's just try and run these guys down. That's all we can do right now. We've learned you don't go too fast into the pit lane, otherwise it screws you over completely. Also, don't run into someone at turn 1. That's the other thing I've learned. Let's take a little bit of a trip through the gravel there. But yeah, head down. We'll just focus on closing this gap. Okay. You can see things starting to cloud over a bit already. That rain could come earlier than expected. I'm really not sure when it will arrive. At some point mid-race. And it may be so when the pit window opens anyway. I think if it starts raining and we get a safety car for some reason, then I'll bolt the set of Inters on, because from the thing I saw on the weather report, it doesn't look like we'll be seeing a lot of. We should be seeing enough to go onto a set of wet tyres. We'll have to see what everyone else around us does, but a safety car will be a massive help for us to get back into this race. I think the problem on the start is we've got too aggressive. Look at that, the track's almost completely clouded over now. Keep an eye on that halo, guys, because that's where we'll see the sign starting to rain. There's just like another trip to the gravel. That ain't great. We're going to lose a lot of that time. We're just going back on those cars. Who we held up so very kindly on the first couple of laps. We'll get some idea of when the rain is going to hit us. Just keep an eye out. Don't know how much it's just going to rain though. Isn't it rain enough for intermediate tyres to go on? Oh, that's way wide. This is the problem I have with the corner cutting. I've turned it down, as I said, I've turned it down from strict to regular from the last episode, from the last live. But the problem with that is it's either too much, if you ask me, or too little. I got 2 warnings in Australia. On my second morning, I got the penalty, which didn't make a lot of sense. And given that both were mistakes, and I didn't actually gain any time from them, I didn't enjoy that fact either. But the F1 game, the F1 game. Very thrilling action. Yeah, I know. It's lovely driving around with myself. This was like time trial for you. So we'll just imagine this is a time trial stream. I'm just waiting for that rain to start falling. And on the grass. We are not doing well. This is not going great. Honestly, this has gone so much worse than I thought it was. I came in today thinking this is going to be fantastic, and we're back here. Ah, here we go. First few droplets coming are on the racetrack. When do we make the change to Inters? Do we make the change to Inters? Will it be enough? Let's have them lined up in case. Chat, what do you think? Do we put on Inters now? It's coming down quite hard, quite quickly. Inters now, what do we think? I think now. Yes. Okay, right. Let's be safe on the entry to the pit lane now. Okay, we'll serve that penalty. And bolt the inters on. Inters are going on. Excellent. Serve this. Okay, it's good to have that out of the way. But everyone else is coming in now, so we've gained nothing, basically. One of the Mercedes cars stayed out. One of the Ferrari stayed out. Oh, okay, so these guys are not double stacking, so we could actually gain some stuff, potentially, I'm not sure. Batteries in. The Alfa Romeo double stacking quite nicely there. Okay, now I'm getting used to driving this track in the wet. It's inters on for everyone here, so it looks like we made the right call. And we definitely do need a safety car so we can get back in this race. While I struggle to adjust to driving this track. I genuinely hope we don't get that. We shouldn't do, because those three cars are all coming in this time. Oh my, this has gone awfully. This is horrible. This is not fun at all. Every mistake we make is just hell. As I now struggle to drive a wet track. Honestly, not one word of a lie, I've never felt this bad in the F1 game in my life. Thanks to the penalty, we lost about 8 seconds in that. And honestly, I think without good reason, I've never been lapped in the F1 game in my life. On raw pace, I've never been lapped. At least not against AI. So it'd be pretty embarrassing if we do. I imagine there's a chance of that happening. So just praying now the safety car gets back in the hunt. Yeah, and the engine parts are starting to struggle on our car. We'll go for a few laps more. If there's nothing, I think we might have to retire from this race, which is quite frustrating, if I'm honest. I don't really want to retire again, but we may have to. Okay, right. I think that's probably the smart thing to do. We'll probably call it there. A second retirement in 3 races. This is not good. Alfa Romeo, we wondering what the hell they did shoot when they brought this kid in. It was that first lap that really did it for us. The contact with Sonoda in the first few corners wiped off the wing, and that was that. Verstappen wins it. 1-2 for the Red Bull team. And Leclerc in 3rd place. I think that means Verstappen has the championship lead now. So good race for those guys. Excuse me, sorry. Right, have a look at the results then, after what was a very frustrating race there. Verstappen wins it from Perez, Norris, Leclerc, Norris, and Albon got 5th place. How did he do that? Hang on, it looks at... There was 2 retirements that we potentially could have seen a safety car from. You're kidding me. Oh, that sucks. Okay. We'll move on, though. Let's have a look at the championship standings. Verstappen leads it, then from Leclerc, then Perez, Sainz in 4th, Hamilton 5th. Albon's in 9th place now. He's taken Piastri. Of course, we still sit down here in last. AlphaTauri scored, which means that Haas and Alfa Romeo now sit in that fight for 9th place. Okay, we'll move on to the next race, though. And we'll try and get something out of it. We must get to the end of the next race. We cannot... honestly, we cannot retire from this one. Okay, we've got some upgrades coming in, so that'll help us hopefully. Chassis upgrade failed. That's fantastic. Let's fix that now before we forget. Still waiting on those. Powertrain department. Okay, morale's gone up. I think now's a good time to go for that upgrade. If I can go for another one. When am I doing an F1 Manager series? I'll be honest, I probably won't. I've never really got into the F1 Manager games, if I'm completely honest. I much prefer to play Motorsport Manager. I thought about playing that on the channel, but... yeah, F Manager's not really for me, if I'm honest. Okay, we've got 6 upgrades now on the board. And all of them come through okay. Nice and clean. Actually, no, looks like we have one failure. Where is that failure, though? Okay, no, the subtitles align to me. Fantastic. Okay, right. But that jumps us up to 7th in the team chart, which is the highest we've been so far. Let's have a look so we can get some more upgrades going before the next round. Before we go to the next round. One more powertrain, one there. Enough for a durability one, maybe. Yes. Okay. Number of upgrades. Hey Stealth, how you doing, mate? Not full calendar. 16 races on this one. We'll go to Spain next. We're going to have a look at the calendar. It's just on here. So we've been to Bahrain, Australia, and Imola so far. Spain's next. Canada and Austria next stream. Then Silverstone, Hungary, Belgium, Zandvoort, Monza, Suzuka, Qatar, Brazil, Vegas, and then Abu Dhabi. So 16 rounds. I've always preferred the 16 round calendars compared to the full one, if I'm honest. 23 races sounds a lot more daunting than 16. Okay, but here we go. This is the one. We need to do well in this race. Simply cannot lose this one. Financial crisis. And that's why it's only 16 rounds. I mean F1's in disarray, if you ask me right now. I mean, with the removal of this track, which has been taken away in favour of that street circuit in Madrid, which I don't like one bit of. Or just the general edition of street circuits aren't great. Not every track's going to be Vegas or Baku. Vegas only just scrapes it because the race was good. If the spectacle was what it was and the racing was terrible, then I would have written it off. Okay, looks like we've got a lot nicer weather for this race. We get the weather forecast this time. We didn't get that last time for some reason. Here we go though. Hopefully this will be the one. Jump into quick practice. Get those sorted quickly. Stealth back and toast there. Yeah, so I think this has to be one. We've got to score points here. We can't not score. Things have to go right this race. We can't have another retirement. I refuse for us to have another retirement. If something goes wrong, we're going to try and stick it out to the end. Okay, 2 out of 5. Anything to start things off. That's good for a good first session. As I said earlier, these are sort of free resource points, if I'm completely honest. Okay, second session now. I'm hoping the engine doesn't go pop, if I'm honest. I think that'd be key to this this weekend. No failures yet. That's good. I haven't jinxed it. And no time on another one. Okay, well, so we'll finish things off here then in the last practice session. You guys are making me think. I'm gonna go and check the engine stuff just to make sure everything will make the race. I know that the quick practice does take some life off your engine, so the ICE could be in trouble potentially. I'll have to check if we've got how many of those we've actually got for the season. I'm hoping it's 4. The ICE, yeah, we've got 4 ICs. So let's change that, and we'll change the MGUH as well. The gearbox, I reckon we'll save for another race. We'll see what it is when the session's over, and we'll see if we need to change it. Failure there. Finish it off now. Nope, surprisingly not. Okay, let's finish off here. Come on, surely. There we go. Okay, everything done there. Okay, we'll check all the engine stuff, make sure it's all okay before we go into qualifying. Thoughts on the Ferrari livery? I think it's good. I like it, if I'm honest. One of the best liveries, if not the best livery from this launch season so far. The one thing I'd change is perhaps dial back on the yellow. I know it's quite minimal, but it's really noticeable. I think that I can consider going with like black and white stripes instead of the yellow and white, if I'm honest. But no, honestly, I do like it. I think the Ferrari livery so far on this next gen car has been very clean. Okay, qualifying time. Now, from my memory, we did well in qualifying when I did this track in career mode. So hopefully this should go well. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's check the engine now. Turbocharger, gearbox. I'm gonna run the risk. I'm gonna go for it. If it runs out, it runs out. I see no reason why it won't make it. Okay, no sign of any rain. It'll be cloudy throughout. Okay, let's waste no time and just jump out there. Okay, here we go. It's rare that we see Spain this cloudy, at least on the game. For me, it's either the sun is shining very nicely, or it's just raining completely. Okay. Hot lap mode off. Save battery. I was always going to set back on again for the actual lap, because we did do that in Imola the first time round, and that cost us, I think. Oh, mistake there. We ignore that. Those parts I'm worried about, boys, should be okay, I think. I could be wrong, but hopefully it'll be alright. The thing is, we're still early in the season. I don't want to waste components too quickly. If we get knocked down in Q1, I'll change it. But if we're like starting towards the top 10, then I won't. Or perhaps we'll do a bit of a different decision. Here we go. Quali lap, number 1. We've got a nice bit of room on the circuit, which I always like. Okay, good start. I must have hit my foot fiddling with the accelerator on the exit, sort of tapping it. If we go to the corner, you can see it on the dash there. Bit deep there. Probably wanted to hit the curves a bit more, if I'm honest. Okay, last sector now. Okay, good time. Or at least from my account. At least it's a start, it's alright. Obviously, we should improve there. I think it's down to the lack of ERS. We're faster than Perez. Okay, let's bring it back to the garage. See what we stack up. This could be good, to be honest. Second best time, and that's when these guys made their first efforts. This is really good. I don't think I actually run this well at Spain in ages. Okay, right. Okay, let's put stuff back on. How are we looking here on these? So 68, still 68, 72. Okay. Okay, fresh soft tyres are now on. We'll go again, see if we can improve on that effort. I'm trying not to look at the chat while I'm doing the lap, but it's difficult. See, that red light on the MFD, I know where the stats are at for the turbocharging gearbox, but still seeing that red light does make me nervous. So I think whether or not we once we get qualified, we may have to make those changes. Sausage curve there. Hopefully cooking. Oh, not so cooking there. Can we set? Is there a chance we set the fastest time of the session, lads? Can we set the fastest time? Okay, we're down to start. I think so we weren't quite as quick because we deployed the ERS a bit earlier last time. Not improving to start. We are improving, but it's going down. There we go. We're up by a tenth there. I see it. 3 stiffs as I mix with these left-handers. Could we nab the fastest time of Q1? Maybe. Oh, that's close. Honestly, the first lap I lifted, but didn't on the second. This could be a purple lap, to be fair. This could be the best lap of the session. We've gone wide there. And this is with a worn turbocharger and gearbox. Oh, that's a big mistake. But could it be enough to have the best time of the session? Here we go towards the line. Ah, not quite. Half a tenth in it. But I think that should be us safely through to Q2 without doubt. But the question from there is, do we carry on with the session? Do we carry on and do more damage? Let's see what we're at now. We're probably going to change it, but 69.73. It's gone by 1% there on that lap. So we've done about 3 laps or so on these on those parts. And obviously after a while they sort of get into mechanical failure territory, but that can happen whenever. Let's accelerate the time here to see where we end up. End of the session, we're into Q2. 2nd place on the timing charts. That is very, very good. Those upgrades have definitely helped our case. They shouldn't have pushed us this high though. I probably did lose focus if I'm honest. That last section I was a bit too excited at the prospect of perhaps having the fastest time of the session, but the thing is, do we carry on? I mean, P15 is the 2nd best start we've ever all season. We've had P19 twice and P14 once, which is Bahrain. Okay, we'll use up these things for this next session. I imagine we'll probably get knocked out here. Okay. I mean, normally I go on the mediums for that first run, but is it worth that? Is it worth even doing that? I think we're gonna go for one. I think we're probably I'll go for one run this session, and that be our soft tire run at the end. I mean, I like how many runs fall back on. No. Okay. We'll go for it while the track is completely empty. We'll do our one run, and then wherever we get, that's what we get. And then we'll change over the gearbox and the... Let's just see what we'll get out here. I think if we make it, I think regardless of how the session ends, we're not going to go any further. If we make Q3, I'm still going any further. P10 is a fantastic starting spot, given this thing. We are now, I mean, as of right now, we're the 7th best car on the grid. And as you're saying there, imagine it with brand new parts. And we have got brand new parts of the car right now as well. Remember, we have got the MGH and the ICE are both fresh. I mean, one of those power jump goes was a major one, and that's good for a circuit where straight line speed is really, really important. Okay, stop looking at chat. Focus, focus. I can't stop myself. Okay, here we go. In P10 would be a good starting position if we actually make Q3. Obviously, the time up the good places, I imagine we'll drop us back to potentially the last place again. I don't know. Okay, pop that mode on now. Okay, mode focus on chat now. Here we go. Lifting there, not a fantastic exit. That could compromise massively on the start. Let's see what will come out. Ah, it's too deep. I was wrong to go for it in start, to be fair. $113. I imagine we're getting knocked out. But We got a lap in. That mistake at turn 1 definitely cost us a tenth or two, perhaps more. And regardless how it goes, we'll cover the session. Where do we end up? P12. Honestly, that's not bad. Ahead of Magton, so that's rival points there. And Bottas makes Q3, so these upgrades are good for us. They bring us a lot closer to the pack now. We could be in for a good race maybe. But we're going to have to change those parts. So we got good rival points there. I'm going to take a breather just for a moment between now and the race. I'll make the changes. I kind of go to the toilet, so I'll do that. Yeah, make those changes first. We should get grid penalties, so I imagine we'll be starting further back, if not dead last. I think we'll be cautious at turn 1 this time around. Because last time at Imola, I got quite excited that when we made some number of places on the start, and then I ran Snudder, so that wasn't helpful. Okay, let's make those changes. So, turbocharger out, and gearbox out. So make those changes. Okay, I'll be back in just a moment. And in the meantime, just a reminder there, those of you who are looking for setups or coaching or anything like that, make sure to head to Sim Racing Centre and use the code DISCOUNTRC with my referral link in the bottom message in the chat. And I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, I am back, and this is where things get interesting. Right, here we go. So this is the big one that we've got to score today. This has got to be the one where we get some points on the board. If not this time, I don't know what it'll be. Here we go. Starting, I imagine at the back of the grid. We'll be cautious going into turn 1. We won't go for any unnecessary moves down the inside, because chances are we'll end up with damage again, and we don't want that to happen. So, keep it calm, keep it collected into turn 1. Make sure we get through the start phase nice and clean. If we can get a place, that's perfect. But if not, then we're not too concerned. Given we'll have fresh parts, provided the game works and puts them on for us, and doesn't just start us in the back without the parts. Here we go. So round 4 of the championship brings us here to Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia for the Spanish Grand Prix, home of this famous race since all the way back in 1991, if my history stats are correct. 25 degrees, clouds over the circuit, but still nice and sunny, so we should be in for a beautiful day here today. Have a look at the circuit itself. The circuit there, 14 corners, 4.6 kilometers in length, that's 2.8 miles. 2 DRS zones, 1 down the main straight and 1 going between turn 9 and 10. And those are many overtaking opportunities, particularly down at turn 1. So have a look at the grid then for the Spanish Grand Prix. Verstappen from pole, signs for his home race starting in P2. So Sainz looking for his first victory at his home on his home circuit. The rest of the grid, we have Leclerc and Russell together on row 2. Hamilton and Perez on row 3. Row 4 sees Norris and Piastri and McLaren boys together. Alonso and Bottas round out your top 10. Gasly and Ocon from 11th and 12th. Magnussen and Hulkenberg from 13th and 14th. Row 8 is Stroll and Albon. Row 9, Tsunoda and Ricciardo. And on the back row, Sargent, and we start dead last in this one thanks to those penalties. But we have now got fresh components in the car, so we could be in for a very insane. As long as we keep our nose in the first corner. Nicholas, you're back, mate. Imola went horribly in the end. We made contact with Tsunoda on the first lap, and then we got a pit lane penalty as well, so we had to retire from that one, unfortunately. But you're here now. We're here for a good race, and this is we're going to score in this one. And there we are, starting dead last with Miles Jensen. Let's get Miles some points. Strategy in place. Soft tyres onto hards from the looks of it. Oh, I don't know. What's the plan here be? I mean, will the soft even last that long? What do you guys reckon here? What should we go for? Should we go for the default strategy, soft to hards, or mediums to hards? What do you reckon? I'll bring down the fuel as usual. Nicholas is saying mediums hard. Sounds like the right call. I think we'll go the alternate strategy then. Okay, let's hope it's put the parts on. It has put the parts on. Right, here we go. Back of the grid for a component change. Leave your guesses down in the chat, guys. Is this the race we score points? Is this the one? It's been 3 races. We've seen rub penalties. Oh, sorry, we've seen time penalties and collisions ruining our first 3 rounds in terms of results. Bahrain was entertaining. We finished P13 on the racetrack. It got taken down to P18 in the end after the time penalties were in effect. Or P17, I could be wrong. Australia, we picked up 12 seconds worth of time penalties in the first half of the race, and we retired just so that we were never getting back. And Imola, not half an hour ago, in a race that had promise in it, we collided with Tsunoda at turn 1 and fell away. The tyres are still cold, we've got to warm those up. Nicholas, just for the record, I haven't got a clue what you mean when you say brake drive. I don't have all the fancy tactics that you league racers do. I just play career mode and shout about league racing. That's what I do, really. Which probably explains the creative series results, if I'm honest. Okay. Right, I'll knock that down and I'll remember that for the next stream. I saw Hayden a couple weeks ago in the Creator Series. He had an orthodox way of warming up his tyres before the feature, and he ended up it got much temperature, but he wore them by 30%. There we go. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. This will be the race where Miles Jensen scores his first career points. The lights are on in Spain. They're out. We're on the way. Let's do this. Bad start for Ricciardo. Not the best of starts for Sargent either. Down the middle. Here we go. Okay, we're in amongst the pack now. Here, let's do this. Just be careful on the brakes. Into that first corner. Still comes across us there. We're losing out. We've gained a place in the opening proceedings. Ricciardo is gone. Want to avoid hitting Tsunoda again. Very nearly went for a move to the inside there. Decided against it. Now, I imagine these medium tyres want to help our case at all here. Down the inside, Sargent 2. Yes. Several places gained. We're on the move here, boys. Now we're racing. Let's try and take out one if we can. I'll go back to the outside. Switchback question mark. Switchback potentially. Switchback exclamation mark around the outside of Albon. Looking at it. Can we pull it off? We're almost there. Come on. On the exit. Yes. Pulling in front of the Williams. Have to cut him off there. 4 places from lap 1. And now we're racing. Here we go. Of course, these medium tyres won't be too good on pace at the start compared to the softs. Sargent's on the move too. The back row is making waves here on these opening laps. These tyres will last longer. Hulkenberg next time. Wow, Sargent fell back like a second there. Him and Albon must have gone side by side into turn 1. That cost them. Cost them a lot of time. The combination of fresh car parts and the tyres are helping us massively here. Not to mention keeping our noses clean. I think we're trying to take Hulkenberg the same way potentially. Battery on. So this time we've got them on the inside. Miles Jensen is cooking, ladies and gentlemen, and we are away for P15 now. Remember, we finished qualifying in P12. And we're practically halfway, we're past halfway back to P12 here. Only just. On to lap 3. DRS in play. Them sausage curbs are going to be brutal for us today. Let's just keep away from those. And maintain the gap to Stroll. He's only just in DRS range. He's back to close back in. Just to be absolutely sure. We're getting further back now. The detection point is just before turn 9, so we should be good. Yes, we are. Okay, perfect. But Stroll gets it off Valtteri too. So we need Bottas to keep him at bay. Oh, a bit wide there. But Bottas on the mediums too, so we're both going that opposite strategy. Okay, we should gain some more on Stroll here potentially. Closing that gap. Bottas looks to be closer to the car in front of him than Stroll is to Bottas. And this train takes us 1 place away from the points, but the McLaren there in P10 is pulling away a little bit. So he close right up to the back of Stroll now. He gets away a little bit on the exit. Here we go. Down the inside block slot. Into the corner we go. Keep an eye on giving him the bit of contact there. Don't give us the space. Got to leave him some space rather. Around him there, only just. On to lap 5. And he may come back at us here, have to be careful. Bottas is closing on Ocon. But he's currently side by side with Magnussen, our rival, remember. We've got to beat Magnussen to actually carry that on. And make sure we actually stand a chance. Close that gap down mighty fast. And I imagine we could take Bottas this time maybe. good exit. Now wait for the main straight. We'll go from then. Right behind our teammate now, giving him that threatening that he needs to potentially get his skates on. Because if he doesn't take Magnussen, we'll take him first. Valtteri looking for it, but gives us the opportunity to move in on the outside. Oh, contact! Valtteri, no! Oh, Valtteri, what have you done? And on a circuit like this, of all places, rather. Well, the damage is better than it was at Imola, so we'll try and carry on. But Valtteri may have seriously given us major problems there. We definitely can't be as aggressive on the brakes. Why? I'm sorry. Why is the fuel in lean? So what's going on? Why is the fuel in lean mode? Why is it not in standard? Is there a problem of some kind? What's happening? Oh, Valtteri, what have you done to us, man? If this was meant to be our day, our race, it's made it a lot harder. Stroll is now all over us. And Hulkenberg going through too! Gotta keep pace to Hulkenberg here, see if he can drag us up. It had to be on the right side of the wing damage, didn't it? That's where we're losing out the most. I'm really warm right now. And crucially, all of the fast corners on the circuit where we need a clean wing are right-handers. Okay, no, it's not over yet. If we can keep things how they are until the first pit stop, then we can still do this. Side by side with Stroll. We're going to have DRS this time. Slam the door and pull away. And let's start chasing the Hulk. Let Stroll think about taking Sonoda before he starts thinking about us. We work on chasing Hulkenberg down. It's turn 3. We lose most times because we've got a lift like that, and even then we still go wide. So it's not great. I mean, the right hander here, you do sort of just like breeze out to the left anyway, so we're not too bad there. Stroll can do all over us here. I'm still frustrated. Valtteri may have torn our first stint apart completely here. Contact 9. Stroll to the inside. They're 3 wide in front, I think. Okay, they're all there. If they fight, we can take them maybe. We can close in some more. And they are fighting. That train takes us to P11 right there. shut down that gap. Four cars, we can take on all of them. The damage is bad, but it's enough for us. It's good enough for us to keep driving. So after the left turns, we gain more time in, and we are gaining it back. It's not enough right now. I have to contend with Stroll on the main straight, I have no doubt, and maybe even Albon as well. We need a good exit off that last corner. And we need a boatload more battery than we do, but I've wasted the majority of this. That's fantastic as well. See, we can't go flat out here down these down here in these last couple corners, which means Stroll gets to go right at us. So watch him charge through now, and Albon's going as well. Great. Albon's fast, it's better than him. Someone's got to give here. Someone has to give. Not us. We don't give. Let them fall back. And now we focus on closing that time in. If these guys continue to stay 1 second behind, which they won't now because of that mistake, if we can lose them in DRS, then that helps us a lot more. And he hasn't got it that time, so that's good. But he may have it in that out of the last corner. Ah. This is damage, man. It's replaying with me. What lap are we stopping? Lap 15, okay, right. Ensure the damage gets changed. Still now we're going side by side again, that means we gain time again. Albon gets in front this time. Albon's faster than these guys, so I have no doubt that he closes back in on us. And just the rest of the train is pulling along. Fuel meters back in standard now, so that wherever from that was has fixed itself. We can do a few more laps on these. Oh, that's wide there. Albon's got a chance. He's inside. We can't shut him off. Give him the room there. Switch it across him though. That's what we like to see. How the tyres doing? Not great. I've seen them worse, but not fantastic either. It's frustrating because the more I back up, the more Albon closes in, and the more I back up Albon, the more everyone else behind him closes in. So this constant train is just sitting here behind us. Will the hard tyres do 20 laps? I reckon I may come a lap earlier, potentially. just purely because of the damage. Oh, contact! I'm not sure if either one got damage there, but there was contact. Ocon's in. Okay, right. But I'm definitely stopping this time. Don't need to worry about DRS. Waiting, not change. Here we go. Okay, coming in. Just relax it. Just like we're 5 seconds back from that little. What was the little train? I need to split up now because Ocon's stopping. Albon's got away from Stroll massively there. Well, he's sort of broken apart too. I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to having a fresh swing on the car. But can we come back despite losing that time? That's the big question. No one's winning just yet. Save the Alpine to put on their way in. Albon following us. Okay, we're in. What's going on? Wing being changed too. Going behind Albon. We're going to beat him in front on the racetrack. Come on, come on. Here we go. Okay, back to square one. Still fresh parts on the car. Fractures in the field. Let's start closing them back down now. Those guys have called on to mediums, which will mean their tyres wear down a lot faster than ours will. We'll also have plenty of wear left in our end of the race. We'll have life left in them. It could be harder to catch these guys, but we could still. It could all come good at the end. I'm hoping it does, because I can't win another race, we have to retire again. I'm not having that. Okay, we're closing Yuki. Good start. Sergeant's in. I imagine we're probably going to get that spots back because of that, the wing change, but it's going to be close. Actually, we may get back, you don't know. Very well. Okay, we're right behind them now. Let's get to work. So we can hold them up too much in turn 1 and turn 2. Good exit. And around the outside. Good contact. Hand goes up on the side of the car in frustration. Outbrake him here on the run to the corner, have him on the exit. Another tap. He's still alongside us here, won't give it in. Oh, we can give up, we're a lot faster. Get the place and braking just enough to cover him off. It's one place down. Okay, that's just coming in. Right behind you, so we have DRS there as well. practically shoving him through these next 2 corners and then attacking him all out on the main straight. Straight to the inside, wasting no time. Here we go. But we are clear. Leaving to fight Sargent. Let's work on Ricardo now. Over the sausage curves a bit. Not good. Daniel's a bit faster than these guys, so it could take a bit longer to reel him in. We can do this. No clue where the next point scoring cars are. I'd imagine that thanks to the contact with Valtteri, there'll be no points today, but yeah, as close as we can. '11th has just crossed the line. Points, without doubt, out of the question, short for retirement. In which case we'll be fighting for the last one, should we catch that Alpine leading Magnussen and Bottas. Right to the inside there, try and gain time. Oh, over the grass a slight bit there. Losing time. But Daniel's closing on Lance, so we could get those two in a double whammy if we get close enough. Could get DRS this time. But we just get close enough. A little bit closer. That's all we need. We're in it there. We need some match to try and close in. We didn't quite have it. Oh, that's a big mistake. Took too big a risk. Ah, that's a lot of time lost. So Daniel is closed in on Stroll completely and is chasing with DRS. If he fights him enough, that could bring us back in. Oh, Yo died, so rip to Yo. May his soul rest on. May his soul live on, rather. Okay, yes, they are fighting now. If they go side by side for a couple corners, we gain all that time back. Danny goes for it. I think he just got in front of Lance there. But no, actually I think they're still side by side. Yes, that's what we need. Excellent. And we gain a couple tenths back now. We close all the way back in. Well, not all the way just yet, but Lance, no doubt, will go for it to get into turn 10. You're lucky that you even get a signal from hell. We have DRS now. Here we go. Now we're on the move. Take both of these two and work on chasing Albon next. Albon, then Hulkenberg. That could be P14 at the flag. If we play our cards right, we've still got 12 laps to go. We've seen retirement so far in this season already, so I'd like another one from someone else. Our part's all okay. No risk there. We're with them now. Here we go. Let's go to work. Right, we're on the exit. Or not. And how? That was not that big a tap. You're kidding me. Ah. Well, that's this race screwed too, man. I'm running to the end. I don't care. I'm going to the end. The damage is not about. We can manage it again. That's been as bad as it did the first time though. I think the damage is slightly better. Or not as bad rather. How is Sergeant goes all the way back in? Oh, yellow flag. What's that about? It's looking like a problem for the race leader. Is that Verstappen is out? It might be. That's a change. It is! Max goes out. I know I've been sorry about this about 6 laps, but... Wow, late plot twist. And now I'm extra annoyed we did get that damage, because we could have now been fighting if we caught the cars in front for the last point. Which I think will annoyingly now go to Magnussen instead. I've been trying to focus the last 6 laps or so. Try and keep the car on track and not lose places. I mean, this feels like last of running cars because Snowden's don't even know where he's at anymore. I don't know what happened to him, but he's fallen back in 30 seconds. And Verstappen's now out. Logan's in the gap to Logan. Yeah, try and finish in front of him if we can. His damage has not helped our case a lot, but we're going to try and finish things off. If we can beat him at the very least, that'd be good. But saying that, I think the more the laps trickle by, the harder it becomes to keep up because of the damage. And obviously the tyres have done 20 laps or so. I'd imagine that the medium version works. Just simply down to the fact they're not even meant to last as long as these hards anyway. So we should still be up there by comparison, but we're not, which is very annoying. So I'm just sort of struggling to get to the end and just turning up the off. This is not going to count at all. So go. Outside of Logan, maybe, yes, in front. Okay, let's keep it to this leg to finish. Just try and win this last little battle in a race. So we should have got so much more, but collisions with Valtteri and Lance, one of which was us being turned into, and the other one wasn't enough for contact to actually warrant damage in the first place. And both those two drivers have come off today better than we have. But I think we are about to be Sergeant, as long as we can hold him for the next lap and a half. Last lap. Logan right up against the wall there, the inside of the circuit rather. Sainz wins it. Takes that home win for Ferrari. Second win of his career. Can we get Sargent back? I don't think we can. Could do it if we can get a good run. It may have to be a late dive bomb, but it could still happen. Nah, he's pulling away. I think that's it. I'm gonna go for it though, on the inside. Because why not? And it worked too. We are in front of Sargent. And we are just going to win this last little battle and come to the line P17. And our first race without a time penalty, which is progress, but this race should have been so much more. Ugh. P17 in the end. Which is either tied for or is our best finish in these first 4 races, which is not good. So Sainz wins it then, capitalising on that Verstappen retirement. Ferrari very pleased to win here. I believe it's Perez comes home second place and Hamilton in third. That might be wrong. We'll skip forward here to the actual podium. We'll see. Yep, Perez did come second. Sainz wins it. And Hamilton home in third. 3 different constructors on the podium. It makes for a very entertaining constructors fight going into the next few races. And Sainz could catapult himself into the title hunt now. Let's have a look at the final results. Sainz wins, Perez second, Hamilton third. Russell fourth, Leclerc fifth. Is that enough to protect the championship lead? Maybe. Norris sixth, Piastri seventh, Alonso eighth, Gasly ninth, and Max annoyingly nicks the last point. Bottas home in 13th in the end. And we come in P17. Let's have a look at your Drivers' Championship then. Perez now in the lead by 1 point. Perez leads by 1 over Leclerc, 3 over Verstappen, and 8 over Sainz. We are okay. All of a sudden, the title hunt gets a lot tastier. Hamilton 26 back, Russell 35, Norris 38 back. Because no points yet for Alfa Romeo, and we are now sitting dead last in the constructors. So the deadlock has been broken, and we come off the worst. Red Bull lead Ferrari by 6 points, and that's the story. Well, that'll do us for today then. This has not been fantastic at all. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this. I'm going to head off and sort the rest of my day out. I hope you guys enjoyed that regardless. I mean, it was tough, it was challenging, and there are definitely moments where I wish I could go back and repeat. But we'll get better, we'll improve. And with that being said, I thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you in our next stream.